views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of alltalkradio.net.
Welcome to our new show, Awaken Within with Sherilyn.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sherilyn Bridget Avalon, and this is Awaken Within with Sherilyn. Thank you for joining us today. And today we have Dr. Edwige.
Hello, and thank you.
Okay, how do you say your last name?
Are we going to go there?
Yeah.
Bang.
Bang. See
how easy?
I know.
I know.
I thought it was Bing, too. Dr. Edwige Bang. Okay. She is, if you think of yourself as awakened, this hour of radio may be a rude awakening. Because according to Reverend, also she's a reverend, yeah, Dr. Edwige Bang, there are 21 ways to increase your vibrational level to become awakened. And we're going to talk about those today. She's the author of this great book, You're Not Crazy, You're Awakening. This is the book.
Yeah, yes.
And it's about a journey discovering yourself and your soul's purpose.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And so, Dr. Edwige, welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
Yes.
Last time we had a little bit of technical difficulties, so we are, back on track, and we want to get your story out because you have a really great story.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your story about awakening?
Well, it's quite interesting. And I don't want to go into all the details because I could go on and on and on and on forever. But it really started when I was about 12 years old, when I was first visited by benevolent beings. And at that time, those visitations lasted for about 6 years. And that particular being would come in and take me flying to the stars. And I recall hovering above my body, watching me lay in bed sleeping as I was hovering above me. And out the window I went, and into space I went, and amongst the stars flying. And then from there, I'd land on a bridge, jump into the ocean, the depths of the ocean, swimming along with the dolphins, in fact. And again, that happened for 6 years, and they were showing me that I would come to be a bridge between heaven and earth. And so that lasted up until my teen years, 18, somewhere around in there. And it stopped because life goes on and we do our thing, and my dad passed, and so that energy kind of lowered when my dad transitioned. And I was 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in South Jersey, growing up in the country in South Jersey.
South Jersey.
And then when I was about 24, that being showed up again. And he was looking at me, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Checking your progress." Well, I didn't know that there was such a thing other than you're living your life, and, what else is there?
Right.
And then in 2004 was when I had my chaos into harmony moment.
Oh, what's that?
Well, a chaos into harmony moment is if you have something specific that your soul is supposed to do now in this timeline, and you're not on track doing it, your guides, your beings, your peeps will help you by giving you a whole lot of contrast and something happening to force you to wake up. It's a part of the contract.
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah, it happens. And so for me, and it happens based on where you are vibrationally. So, it could be breaking of a fingernail if you're high enough vibration, and that's all you need to snap you into it. But for me, it wasn't like that. It was a car accident. And literally, I was rear-ended at about 120 miles an hour as I was parked. And so I went into that beautiful white light. I didn't see my life flash before me, but I went into a holding space, and when I came back, that's when it all started. They started showing up literally every 10 days, and at that point I knew there's something I'm supposed to be doing, and my husband would say, "Don't worry, it's going to be revealed to you," and lo and behold, it was. And that began the awakening process for me.
Wow. So you have a really great husband that supports you. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very fortunate. But, a lot of it has to do, again, with your soul purpose, your contracts, and what you're in this timeline for. Mine wasn't to have to struggle through relationships. I came in with fourth dimensional consciousness.
Right.
So all of that was behind me. I actually came in with a very specific purpose as this bridge with fourth dimensional consciousness to have my awakening be awake so that I could share with you as this keeper of the Lemurian template, which I hold, and we'll get into that a little bit later, but it's very specific things that I'm here to help to awaken humanity to move into the golden age.
Right.
And so there was no time for messed up relationships and those things because time is of the essence.
Yes. And we were talking earlier that it's really getting close for raising the vibration for people, right?
Absolutely. So the old timeline, and that was time is money, right? The old timeline ended in 2012. So something really magnificent did happen.
Yeah.
But people were thinking, well, whatever they were thinking doesn't matter.
Right.
But the old timeline ended. The new timeline, however, does not begin until the end of 2015. So what does that mean for us here and now? We're in our window of opportunity. Right?
Right.
And so this is a time where people are starting to wake up, or they're on their path and helping other people, or they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's when you're asking those questions, there is something I'm supposed to be doing, I don't know what it is. Or there are some who have no clue that this awakening is going on. Nonetheless, it is happening.
Yeah.
And we're in this window for us to do the work, to raise our vibration, more importantly, to get into our heart space and to let our hearts guide us to live and breathe from that space so that it will raise our vibration and we can become our God selves and end incarnation into 3D.
Yes. I like that. Perfectly said there.
Thank you.
Perfectly said. So, okay, what can we do to get the people to awaken, so we get everybody to raise the vibration?
So here's the thing. We can't necessarily do, because our job isn't so much as doing as it is as now being. And so as we are the light, and as we hold the space of love for everyone in non-judgment, then they will feel our vibration and frequency. And if it's their time, which, hopefully it is, and for most it is, they will get the calling themselves, and they will do the work to allow their vessel to be open so that their soul can move into them, and they'll begin to have their own experiences.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So it's like you get it when you get it.
Yeah, and there is no
Right.
wrong time, you know.
Uh-huh.
You get it when you get it. Yes, there's a timeline. We're talking about this window that's going to close soon, so it would behoove you to get it now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and you're still stuck in that matrix of time is money, and you can tell who's stuck in it because
Yeah.
that's all they ever think about is, got to get that dollar, got to
Gotta-
hustle, got to get my hustle on.
Yeah.
They're still stuck in that, and they don't take the time to meditate. They don't take the time to connect in.
Right.
And so they will be left behind. But that's not a bad thing either,
Uh-huh.
because all roads lead home.
Right.
It's just all roads won't lead home this time around. And so that's okay, because we all return to our origins.
Our origins. What does that mean?
Well, you know, source energy.
Source. Okay. Yes. Yes. And what I wrote about in my book is about there are supreme souls that we're all connected to. You know, and
33 to be exact. Yes.
Yes, it's changed. It was only like 28, but now it's like 33 because people souls had to add to that collective, you know, to gain the knowledge and to be in that the difference, not of the same consciousness as everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yes, and yes, we know about those souls. We happen to be those original souls.
yes, very original.
Yes.
Well, you got to start somewhere. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So let's talk a little bit about these 21 lessons.
Well, you know, here, I'm just going to go to the
Lessons.
book. That'll make life really easy for
There you
us.
go.
Okay, so 21 powerful ways to increase your vibrational level. And the reason why I included this in my book was because it really is a how-to. So even though it's a paranormal, because all of my experiences literally with them coming in and touching me and bringing me to different worlds and all sorts of things happening leading up to my light body moving into me.
Right.
I needed to make it more about how you can have your own experiences and not so much about my journey.
Yeah.
And so it really from chapter to chapter are little tidbits on how you can have your own experience. The importance of meditating, the importance of visualization, the importance of grounding. Of quieting the mind, all those different things are in there. And so in one of the chapters, we talk about your vibration, because everything is energy, everything's about frequency, and everything's about vibration. And so that's where that law of attraction comes in. So understand wherever you are right now, whatever experiences you are having, it's because you are the creator of them. That is a really difficult principle for some people to get, but that tells you what stage of consciousness you are at if you don't get it.
If you don't get it. Right. That's good. Yes.
So, here they are. The first one, meditate. Be still and know that I am. Connect with your higher self. You know, your higher self is really running the show. And yes, we have guides, but your guides are there because you haven't fully connected into your higher self yet. And when you can fully connect into that God aspect of yourself, wow, the guidance is so amazing. You know, I've been on calls with people in groups of people, and literally my higher self has appeared to me. This 20 or 30 foot pure being standing in front of me.
Amazing.
As it walked into me, and we started to do the work of clearing karma on the people on the telephone call, and they could feel it. It was so powerful. But that's what happens when you do the work to clear and become that clear channel. So that's one, meditating.
Okay,
Meditating is
that's awesome.
really important.
Yes.
Quieting the mind.
And you know, some people find it hard to meditate, though, right? So I find if you do like a mantra, I think one thought.
You know, yeah, there's lots of different ways to meditate. So, you know, of course, for me, the basic is get quiet, right? Turn some music on, put my mask on, go into that quiet, still place. Because when I close my eyes, I see colors. And it's like, there we are in the gamma ray energy of source energy, which is that ultraviolet. And instantly I'm in that. But you can swim and be still, and that's a meditation. You can take a nice long walk and be still and contemplate, and that's a meditation. You can pray with your mala beads, and that's a meditation. And so we need to get out of these boxes of meditation can only look like this one thing.
Like sitting still on a little pad.
Yeah.
And going like, oh.
Yeah, because, for me, I don't know how many years ago it was when one of these beings visited me, right, around 2006, and she was Syrian. And so this being is standing there, and she said, we're ready to teach you meditate. And I thought, really? Okay. How do I do that? But I figured it out. Lessons and things started showing up, and I'm like, okay, gotcha.
Okay, all right.
So then the next one is focus on raising your vibration. It requires practice, and more practice.
Yes, it's hard to focus sometimes.
Well, so here's the thing, and I have my doctorate degree in metaphysics, in fact. And so my thesis was on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. And so that's a lot of what my practice is, and a couple of the programs that I have now. We take people through consciousness and how to get off of autopilot. Auto is not your friend, And so when we can get off autopilot and become conscious, then we are consciously choosing, right, through intention, to work on raising our vibration. So everything becomes a conscious choice. And that's how we awaken consciously. You cannot do it on autopilot.
No. Yep, it's a choice.
It's a choice. So then the next one is think happy thoughts.
All the time?
Yes, the choice is yours. Being happy is a state of beingness.
Yes.
And so you choose it. You can choose to see the glass half empty. You can choose to see the glass half full.
Yes.
You can choose to be happy, or you can choose to let every little thing around you, these events, attach to you and pull you down.
And why do we sometimes choose that?
Well, because we want to feel sorry for ourselves, right? I mean, there's so many reasons why we choose those things. But the main reason is because we are not accepting responsibility that we're the creators of our experiences.
Exactly.
And again, to raise your consciousness, to awaken, takes responsibility. We cannot blame our religion. We cannot blame our parents. We can't blame any of these outside things that we want to attach to. Because if my dad didn't do this to me when I was 5, I wouldn't be this way now.
Right.
That's no longer the excuse, folks.
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge it. We have to accept those things, do the work to release, to forgive, to clear, to let go, and to say, in spite of any of those obstacles that I now have overcome, I choose to be happy. I choose to be fully aware and awakened.
Amen.
And think happy thoughts.
Think happy thoughts. Okay, so what I do too is, which helps a little bit with my oils, and with the ascension oils, you could, if you have trouble sometimes physically, in the physical, because we are spirits in a body.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And you just take a whiff of this, and it eases the pain, eases the tension, and it just calms you down.
Well, and that's a thing, because it is about body, mind, and spirit, truly. And so, a lot of these things that I'm talking about, we're dealing with, meditation, quieting the mind, that's the mind. Choosing positive thoughts over negative thoughts, understanding how to cancel out those thoughts. That's all of the mind, right? Spirit is connecting into your higher self. Right?
Yes.
And allowing that God part of you to truly be the divine director of the material experience. But then there's the physical. Right. So we have this physical body, this physical vessel. We have to take care of it because guess what? It is going with us. And so we use essential oils to help raise our vibration, to make us feel better if that's what we need in this moment, to help us. It's all about little baby steps to get us to where we need to go. We don't have to worry that we have to take leaps and bounds. We have to take baby steps. And so it's about changing your diet. It's so funny. Yeah. So one morning as I'm getting up to make breakfast for my husband and myself, and I open the refrigerator, an outside voice at that time said, "No more meat." And I was just about to, make turkey sausage or something, I'm sure. And the voice said, "No more meat."
No more meat.
I'm like, okay. So literally I gave all of the meat away. And I became a vegetarian that day. And so it's about hearing when those messages come in, taking heed to them, and then moving and taking the action. We always have to have action steps. But it's about exercising this body. It's about putting in those things that are alive and nourishing to our body, because our body is extremely important.
Okay, so when you say we're taking it with us to the new Earth, which is
we're
is
on
now,
New Earth, yes,
which is now. But you could live longer.
Absolutely. Well, see, so the thing is, okay, so we are becoming our God selves right here in form, and so our body is moving from this carbon-based energy to a crystalline-based energy. And that's happening through the power of the wonderful sun as it's tweaking and changing our DNA. And so that means, yes, this physical form is going with us. And as we do the work and raise our frequency, it will be lighter in density. However, it will be us. And then eventually we become a lighter version of ourselves, a more youthful version of ourselves, a more vibrant version of ourselves.
That's nice. I like that.
I like the youthful, vibrant.
Yeah. Can't wait to get back in that 18-year-old dress I have.
Okay. You're holding out, okay? Wow, okay. And really going to that, it's sort of like that I'm 30 with 52 years of wisdom self.
Right.
That's where we're going.
You know how we all used to say that, oh, if I only knew then what I know now.
Well, you're going to know it all. Yeah. Not only will you know everything from this lifetime, but wow, as our parts, our fragments are all coming together from all of these past lifetimes. Just think about it, guys. I was a Lemurian priestess. I was an Egyptian priestess. I was in Atlantis. And so all of these lifetimes, the wisdom, the knowledge, it's all coming together now to become masters. And that's what this is. This is all about, this is a school.
This is a school. Yeah.
So this is all about becoming masters.
So do you think that we're going to have death still then?
Death, when you move into 5th, 6th, and 7th, and even higher dimensional realities and consciousness, no, there won't be physical death. It'll be, okay, I've had a 1,000 years in this form, and I really have grown fond of it, but boy, wouldn't it be interesting to step into something a little different? So I think I will.
Okay, you just step out of your reality and go
to a different physicality. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Obviously, we're a way away, but it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, now wait, one more question. What about if you had like a hip replacement or some kind of, your body wasn't all perfect like it used to be? Is you going to grow a new part?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's, and here's the thing. I know a lot of people just might be surfing the web and find this and think, oh my God, these people are really Looney Tunes. And that's okay. I absolutely, sincerely love you and send you all the love in my heart. Send you love because it is the truth. And for those who acknowledge it, fine. Look.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
It is
a lot of love.
It's a lot of love for you because that's what we're here for. We're here to tell you the truth.
The truth.
And when it resonates with you, that'll be fine. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I still love you.
Yes. Amen. Yeah. And it'll set you free, too. The truth will set you free.
It really will.
Yes. Okay, let's go back to our numbers.
I need tissue.
You got a tissue? Anyway.
In my handbag. This is live, folks. Thanks. It's like, wow, she's really real. Yes.
She's such a pure soul. And, this is what happens. This is what happens when you're live and you have a pure soul. So,
thank you. So the next one is become present and mindful, living in the now. Stop living, well, here we go, on autopilot.
Yeah.
And so it's so much about becoming aware that we are the creators. And so if you're in that place right now and you're like, wow, I never would have created this awful lack and limitation, pat yourself on the back because you did. But in this moment, realize that now you can become mindful, start to intend what you want to experience, and start to create better things for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
A little water there.
It's like, hold on. We're going to...
Yeah, there
There we go. Okay.
Okay, got it.
We're all good now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So okay. Now, when you talk about living in lack, my father used to have a saying, and he would say, "Don't live in hell." And he used to use acronyms all the time, right? So he called hell having everything, living lack. That's living in hell, because you have everything at your disposal, but you're just living in the lack because you choose to.
Well, you know
not
what?
knowing about it, too.
Yeah, because we don't appreciate. And, here's the thing. Your soul actually has an ego. And there are 3 attributes to that, right?
Yes.
One is appreciation, gratitude. It's so important. And so you can have abundance. You can have abundance of whatever. Do you appreciate it? Are you truly every day sincerely grateful for everything that you have that's coming to you, that's a blessing?
Every day.
Acknowledging it. Right? Yeah. Another thing is being supportive. So your soul doesn't want you to judge. There is no judgment. You can't get it wrong. Everything's about a learning experience and moving you forward. And so you have to be encouraging people wherever they are. It's okay. And so you have to have that support. And so it's really important to know those things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, set positive intentions daily. Choose to live by intention, not by default. And again, people want to live by default, and then they blame God. Oh, God, why'd you let this happen to me today?
Right.
Or they'll say, if God is willing, Source is always willing, because Source, God, is energy, folks.
Yeah.
It's frequency, it's vibration, it's energy that you are either tapped into or you're not.
Or you're not.
Right? And so you have to start to intend what you want to experience.
Right. You have to visualize a lot of times.
Yep.
And you have to, maybe take notes and make a list sometimes.
Well, and the interesting thing is, and that works, but believe it or not, the best way to start to manifest pictures.
Yes. Pictures, right.
Pictures.
Right.
Because that's what really goes, before there was a language,
It's a
folks,
symbol.
there were symbols. And so we have to go back to how it was, and it's through pictures. Those pictures get imprinted into our subconscious, to our superconscious, and they go to work for us. We didn't have a language, we didn't have words back in the day.
Like the flower of life and those other symbols, what are they called?
The tree of life, the flower of life, the egg of life. There's so many. There are all of these symbols, all of these...
but they're called like greater symbols or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I can't think of the word right now.
Yeah.
They're not mantras. They're... I forget the word. Mandalas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Those are awesome to just have in your room or on your computer screen, and then you can attract things.
I have one in my little meditation room.
Yeah.
A mandala. Yeah.
Oh, you got a whole meditation room?
Yes.
Oh, nice. With incense and
Yes.
crystals, I'm sure.
Yes.
I love that. Me too. But mine's a big mess. I have to, go through the boxes because I got all my essential oil stuff in there.
No, take it out. That
That's
space
what I
has
need
to
to
be
do.
sacred.
Yes.
When I enter that space, no shoes, and it's a shift in my energy that I'm acknowledging that this space is special, that I'm going to take the time to truly connect in, and it means something to me, and that I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Right. Oh, so that would be another number we could put on our list, right? Or do you have it on there?
Which one?
Have it in the meditation room.
Yeah. It will raise the vibration.
We need that one on there. That'd be 22 then.
Okay, so setting positive intentions. Again, back to, is the glass half empty or half full?
Right.
So it's a choice. And so it's a mindful choice to choose positive words and to choose positive thoughts each and every day.
Yes.
The next one is bring your awareness to your energy body, your aura.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So how would you do that?
Well, again, very interesting. In the clearing and the work that I do, we find that all of these unexpressed emotions that you have from lifetime after lifetime get stuck in your aura. And that's the stuff that actually creates the cloud that blocks your soul, your higher self, your essential self, and your oversoul from moving freely into you.
Yeah.
So it's about expressing yourself in a positive way so that you're not causing any more gunk to block. And then it's about raising your vibration and your frequency. And as you do that, your aura starts to resonate, your chakras start to turn on and stay balanced. And then as we wake up those higher chakras, wow, all sorts of amazing things begin to happen. So really, it's by what's going on inside will reflect energetically in those fields. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So say that I lost my thought there.
That's okay. Well, you know, and you have the oils. And so the oils
Yeah.
and all of these things actually also work too in your auric field, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But can you see auras? Do you see?
You know, I don't necessarily see auras. Well, I take that back. I see energy around people.
Yeah.
So that's your aura.
That's
right?
what I see too.
Yeah.
But some people can see the colors.
Some people
really,
can see the colors.
Really good.
Yeah.
Now I've seen the colors a lot. Like when I just like zone in. I'm not like focusing on life here, but I just like kind of. You're staring at a picture, and then there you can see the colors. Like one time, I could see the green coming out of a person's hand when they were doing healing.
Yeah.
It was really awesome. But
So, and that's the kind of stuff that I can see. And of course, you
Yeah.
know, if you look at the trees and the plants, you can see that amazing because we're on the new earth. And so you can see them glitter.
Yeah.
It's like this gold glitter.
Right.
that
yeah.
comes off the trees.
Like a sparkle.
And a sparkle. And then white lights and sparks and violet and coming off the trees. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
And you can see undulating energy. If you
Yeah.
just like stare out too, you can just see the energy undulating around us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been noticing that a lot lately. Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing that's happening now, I see things pixelated. So walls and things aren't solid anymore.
Right.
Everything is pixelated because we're breaking through this 3D illusion that it's solid.
Okay.
So that's amazing.
That reminds me now. Now when you transcend from this energy to the other side of the veil, like a lot of our relatives and friends have gone before us. Now, are we going to see them again? Are they going to be coming back in, or through?
Everything is about choice, and I was actually visited by my grandmother, my grandfather, and my father. And my grandmother said that I would know her again. I'm like, okay. And so they're acknowledging that, yes, we will. And they were actually, my grandfather, when he transitioned, was about 102. When he visited me, he was about 30 years old.
Right. That's
right?
What
That's what they look like. My
Right.
dad was 56 when he transitioned. When he came to me, he was about 30 years old. As was my grandmom, who was 90 when she transitioned. And
Yeah,
so...
that's my grandfather too, same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if it's what's supposed to happen, then yes, we will know them again in that higher dimensional reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wondering. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Next one.
It's just amazing stuff. And
I know.
we could probably talk for
Yes.
hours and
Hours.
hours and hours
Yes.
and hours.
we're doing good on time.
Yeah. Okay, so connect with your inner body. What does your inner voice tell you? Just listening to your inner guidance, that inner voice.
Yes.
Boy, if you get my book, you'll read about all the different ways that my beings communicated with me.
Right.
And there was the inner voice, the inner guidance that came. There was literally an outside voice. There was times when I would turn the TV on and they would be talking to me. I knew that was the answer to what I just
that
asked.
happens to me.
Or turn the radio on and I would hear a song, and
Yeah.
and it's so funny. I would ask questions and I would ask it throughout the day. And so then they know I have like a favorite artist, which I won't mention the name. And every time I would go throughout the day, if I was in my car driving and turn the radio on, that person would be singing the song. I'm like, whoa. Then I'd go home, turn the channel to a different station, and that person would be singing another one of his songs.
Yeah.
And I remember this one day, 3 times it happened. I'm like, thank you, 3, I got you. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it's like
Yeah.
really starting to tune in and paying attention to what's coming
Be
through.
aware of the signs
Yes.
and symbols and
And that inner voice, because that inner voice really is there to guide you.
Yeah, that's more of the feminine divine. That's
Well,
what I feel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And when we talk feminine divine, let's clarify, Sherilyn,
Okay.
because we're not saying you have to be a woman to have,
No.
right?
Right. Right, the female energy.
Yeah, it's female energy because all of us have both masculine and feminine energies within us, and the goal here is to balance the two. And so the highest attribute of masculine energy really is laughter. You know, they can just shrug things off and laugh about it. And the highest energy of the female is really that emotion, that feeling, that compassion. And so think about it. It's compassion. And so think about this. If you have a man who doesn't have compassion, but he has this energy of laughter, what does he come across as? Cynical.
Right.
And if you have a woman who is so compassionate, she wears her heart on her sleeve, and what does she come across as? Weak. But when you take those higher aspects of both and you bring them together, that's what it's about, folks. Becoming the detached observer like the man can do so easily, but now with compassion.
Very good.
Are the two higher aspects.
I like that.
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Let's see. Bond with nature. Sunshine, water, dirt, fire, plants, animals. See God in all.
Absolutely.
And you know,
Nature.
earlier I said you want to hug a tree.
Yeah.
You know, we have to find God in all things. Everything is alive.
Yes.
Everything is vibrating. And so,
Even my crystal here.
especially your crystal.
Yes. I mean, people think this
Rose
is just
quartz,
a rock.
right? Yeah.
You know, no, this is alive energy.
alive. Yeah.
I mean, it's very powerful.
And so connect in. Take the time to enjoy. You know, it's so funny. Last night my mom called me at sunset. She lives here in town. And she said, oh my goodness, you have to see the sunset. It's magnificent. There were just these two clouds. There were no other clouds anywhere in the sky. And the
I saw
sun
that.
was this golden energy. And we're like, okay, those aren't regular clouds. You know,
That's what I said.
I got into my car and I drove down the street so that I could have a clear view of it. That's how much we have to be in appreciation of nature.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And go camping, you know, take the kids, or just yourselves and your grandkids, and just go camping. We're going to do that next weekend.
Well, I would need a cabin. I hate to say
So
it.
we're going to a cabin
okay,
at Penguich Lake. You got to try. It's a cabin, and it's got a little lake there. And so we're going to, you know, we saw little squirrels.
Very
And
cute.
the kids love it. The kids love it. But yes, get in with nature. Teach the kids, you know, teach them how to be in nature, and
Absolutely.
start them young.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, we live behind all these gated communities and these walls.
Yes.
And we don't take the time to go for nature walks. And, you know, I have a bird feeder in my backyard. And so I mean, you should see me. I have sparrows. I have quail. I have
Beautiful.
Yes, I have peace doves coming in. I have a rabbit that's there every day, and I have a lizard. And literally, I stop throughout the day to
say
give
hi to
them
them?
energy, and I say hello to all of them. Make sure they have water. Make sure they have their seeds and their food.
Yeah.
And I
Oh, that's
love
awesome.
it.
Yes. Yes. Well, you're a giver. You're a giver of nature. You know, like, I mean, in a big, large sense.
Yes,
Large
which
sense.
we won't discuss here.
Yes. But I was going to say also, take time and get away from your computers, you know, and your iPads and your phone. Except not now, George.
Yeah, not now. You know, and that's so important. You know what?
Yeah.
That's actually really important thing to cover right now because of the energy that's sending out. If you don't wear protection and you're around all of these electronics all day long, that's messing with your field. And so I would advise you, I actually have a diode on right now around my neck.
Yes, you do.
A diode. Because this creates a field around you to protect you. And so even in my home, I have something called a biomid, and it sits at the center of my home. It creates a 60-yard field from it, changing the frequency of HARP, of satellite, of all of those frequencies that mess with you.
Where did you get that from? On the internet?
On the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, so just Google Biomid, and that's BIO-MID.
Okay.
And it's on a website, I don't remember the name of it. It's something, Energy Polarity, something like that.
Okay.
And it's extremely important that we protect ourselves from all of the interference that's coming in.
Yeah.
Another thing, since we're talking about the body,
Uh-huh.
if you use a microwave still, stop. You are nuking your food, you are killing your food, and you're radiating your food and putting that in your body. Guess what?
Yes.
That will prevent you from raising your vibration, since we're talking about frequency and
right.
vibration here.
Yeah.
Stop radiating your food.
And it keeps you at that low vibration.
It keeps you at that low vibration. And I know we haven't gotten to it. It's probably on the list.
Okay.
But since we're talking about that, also decalcifying your pineal. So, right?
Yeah.
Real important things. Your pineal is a little gland that sits at the center of your brain, of your head, right about in there.
Yeah, right about there.
And you know, that's your antenna. That's your antenna to God. And if it's calcified, which it is, and probably 85% of the people walking the earth right now. So get off fluoride, stop drinking fluorinated water, stop using fluoridated toothpaste.
But what if you already have it? So you could like cleanse it with the vinegar.
Decalcify it. So apple cider vinegar will decalcify it.
Yeah.
Lemon juice, guys, will decalcify it.
Really?
Yes. And
Just
so
drink that with your water.
drink that in your water and decalcify, and make sure that you eliminate fluoride from your diet.
Yeah.
Big time. Also, you want to eliminate chlorine. Since we're going there, eliminate chlorine. Put filters on your
When you're
shower heads.
in the pool, don't drink the water.
Well, unfortunately,
Chlorine. Oh, it goes through your skin.
it goes through your skin.
Yeah. Okay. So go in the saltwater
Go in
pools.
saltwater pools.
If you're gonna make a new one too, you know, make salt.
Or just go in to cool off and get out real quick and rinse off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about people who like to swim a lot? Swim in the lake.
Swim in the lake.
All right. Very good. Okay. Continue, please.
Okay, so now let's see. Okay, listen to and create expressive music. You
I
know,
love that one.
and so what I added here, those who sing pray twice. Gosh, I grew up, you know, in the Catholic Church, and we won't go there.
I
That's
did
another
too.
show.
I
That's
did
another
too.
show. But a banner. I was in 3rd grade when I saw a banner in church across the front of the church, and it said, "Those who sing pray twice."
Oh, I love that.
That stuck with me.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
clearly, right? And I actually sang for a living. And
that's
so,
right, you are a
yeah,
professional singer.
professional singer. And so every time I would open my mouth to sing, it was in praise of thank you for this amazing gift. And so, you know, music raises your vibration. In fact, it does so much for your vibration and your frequency to listen to wonderful music that moves you. And actually, that's another project that I'll be starting shortly, is
I know.
creating a CD
I was
and
gonna ask you, do
chanting.
you
Yes,
have one out there?
because I carry frequencies and they
Yeah.
come out with my voice. And so,
Yes,
yeah,
awesome. Okay.
it's
Let's hurry get through these because I want you to, you know, give your website out.
Oh, okay,
and all that
okay,
stuff.
okay. So dance, play, move, exercise, stretch. Be joyful, guys.
Be joyful. Yeah.
Get
Live in
back-
joy.
Live in joy. You
in
know,
joy.
be childlike. We set ourselves up so terribly that we have to be
I know.
staunch and we have to be this. Be
I'm
happy.
guilty. I'm guilty of that. My husband always wants to go play and have fun. I say, no, I gotta get this done and that done. You know.
And getting things done, that's fine, but we
Yeah.
have to take moments. We have to capture moments to be in joy.
Okay, so I like to work one day and take one day off, then work one day, half a day, and then take 2 days off.
You know, and you're blessed, and here we are in gratitude and appreciation
Yes, I
that you
am
can do
grateful,
that.
yeah.
But for those who can't, find moments.
Find moments. Okay.
Read, write, journal, explore, travel. Let those creative juices flow.
Absolutely, because we are in the time is art now.
Yes.
Like it used to be time is money, time is art.
Time is
so
art.
an expression of yourself. Express.
Be the best that you can be in every moment. Wow, we have, okay, how much time do we have? Okay. Seek higher levels of consciousness and truth. Okay, so,
Okay.
you know, really connecting into your higher self, read good books
Yes.
that help you to raise your frequency and vibration. Bring yours up. This is the time.
And this one right
See?
here.
Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
yes, yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
smile. Here we
Smile.
are. Smile.
Yes.
Stand up tall. Be proud of who you are.
Even if you're 5 foot.
Yeah, and 5'3". You know, here's the thing. Love yourself. Thank yourself for showing up. In my daily prayers, I actually thank me, Edwige, for showing up to be the open vessel. I thank all aspects of myself at every and all levels of my existence. And so I daily thank my soul. I thank my higher self. I thank my oversoul. I thank all the beings working with me. And I thank me, Edwige, for allowing, inviting, and anchoring all that is within.
Excellent. Yes, that's excellent. I would do that every day.
Appreciate everything around you now. After all, you created it. So even if it's stuff that you don't particularly like, you created it.
Yes.
So be grateful for it, knowing now that as you change your mindset and become conscious and start to intend, you can intend different things.
Yes.
And what you prepave today will be your experiences tomorrow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Share your compassion and love with others.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very
Forgive and release easily. Heal thyself. You know, it's so important that we just let go and we stop holding something on someone.
The dead mules.
Yeah,
The dead
let 'em go,
mules
let 'em go.
Carrying behind it.
Because the only one you're blocking is you and your heart, and you're putting up heart walls. And it's so important that you not have a heart wall. Real quick, I remember one of the experiences that I have, literally in the wee hours of the morning, this bolt of white light came in through the roof of my bedroom and into my heart and shifted my heart. The next day, my chest was sore. And I'm like, oh, that's right. They adjusted my heart. It's so important that you be in your
So
heart.
you had to let a lot of things go. And did you feel like a
No.
brand new person?
No. What it was for me is this template that I hold, they were making space for it.
Oh, okay.
And so it turns on, and literally I feel this little motor running in me,
Really?
and it emanates from my heart.
Wow.
It's really
That's
quite
amazing.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Try new things. You know, we get so stuck, and you know that old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you can.
You can.
And we're those old dogs. So.
Yeah, we're pretty old dogs.
So let's begin to start each day fresh and really start to be a little more adventurous.
Yes, adventurous. I like that.
Yeah. So, of course, we covered this one. Eat right, drink pure water, avoid fluoride and chlorine and all those things. Do acts of kindness and be of service.
Every day.
You know, as masters, the final phase of consciousness is as a master is to be of service. So we're here as masters. All of our past lives have been resolved. All of this knowledge and wisdom's in us. So now what? We give it back. That's the now what.
That's the now. And then, so a master, too, is like simply one who has gone before.
Yes.
You know, and no, they're not greater than or less than, you know, they're just simply one who's gone before.
Yeah. And some of us have been here, done this.
Many times.
Many times, yeah. Acknowledge your success, you know, and that's not ego, folks. That's acknowledging who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to acknowledge, because if you don't, no one else is going to. But that's okay. But it's about letting your higher self know that you matter.
Yeah.
And it's letting yourself know that you matter and that you're doing a good job.
That's awesome.
And that, you know, once again, it's about loving yourself.
Loving yourself and loving others. That's very important.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Edwige.
You're
You,
welcome,
again, are
Carolyn.
awesome. And I just love your book. And you guys have got to get this book. I'm telling you, this will help you with your awakening.
Thank you.
And this is what we all need to do. I mean, we're all on, you know, a different journey at different times. Sometimes it's like a guided missile. You go off course a little bit, but you come back.
Yeah, because again, all roads lead home. So whether you take the road that's winding, or you take the short direct route, or you jump on, you jump off, it's all okay. Because if you are watching this today, listening to this, then you're on your path. You're actually a seeker, and that's a great place to be. So whatever stage of consciousness you may be at in this moment, it doesn't matter. You're on the path. So stay on the path.
Stay on the path. And Edwige, Edwige, I'm going to get it right here. Edwige, I'm changing it from the W to a V, then I'll get it. Edwige, can you give us your website and all
Okay,
of
so there's
emails?
let me give you the main one. That's Dr. Edwige, and that's just, the abbreviation DREDWIGE.com. And if you can't remember that one, go to affirmationsforliving.net.
All right. Thank you. And then this is Sherilyn B. Avalon.
Yes.
And the support of this show comes from Vegas Indoor Skydiving, where you can earn your wings at flyspace.com. And Ascension Oils, where we help lift your physical self with the smells of Mother Nature's beautiful oils. And that's ascensionoils.net. And also check out SherilynBridgetAvalon.com, where you can see previous shows that we've done. And I'd also like to thank, let's see, I'm going to thank George.
She had to look on the paper for that.
I'm just
She's like, you're only right there.
No, I thank our producer, George. Oh,
See,
my
that's
God.
what happens when your vibration is so high. Those little things just float away. It's like,
And my husband, thank you, I love you, share the love. See you later.